It's February 13th, 2024, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxell. President Joe Biden insists his memory is fine, despite a special counsel report that described the 81-year-old's memory as hazy, fuzzy, and even faulty. The president yelled at reporters that, despite his age, he is, in his words, most qualified person in his country to be president. He then gave everyone in the room a Werther's Original Candy. Aides to President Biden started to suspect he had cognitive issues when Biden chose Kamala Harris as vice president. Yesterday, President Biden welcomed the King of Jordan to the White House and immediately congratulated him on his 6 NBA championships with the Chicago Bulls. In a week when President Biden's mental acuity came into question, Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump called for Russia to attack U.S. NATO allies, claimed they will change the name of Pennsylvania if he doesn't win in November, and took credit for Taylor Swift's success. You hear that? That sound off in the distance? It's a waterfall. We're headed right for it. And there's no turning back. Grab a life vest, everyone. Supporters of presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. used the Super Bowl to debut a campaign ad that mimics a 1960 campaign ad from his uncle, President John F. Kennedy. RFK Jr.'s campaign plans to capitalize further on the nostalgia by having him do a campaign appearance at the Dealey Plaza in Dallas. We have lots more coverage of Super Bowl 58 right after this. We had an amazing 2-weekend run of Sketchworks Wrapped at Limelight Theater here in Atlanta, including a full house on closing night. Now, if you missed it, or you don't live in Atlanta, or both, we have good news. We live streamed that very same closing night performance, and you can watch the replay. See the link in the description below, and then click on it to watch it. Our next all-new live show opens May 10th, so make your travel plans to Atlanta now for that. As we teased in the last segment, the Kansas City Chiefs won Super Bowl 58 in an overtime victory over the San Francisco 49ers. A private jet got Taylor Swift from Japan to Las Vegas in time to see her boyfriend Travis Kelce play. She then used another, smaller private jet to get to the field for the post-game celebrations. Super Bowl MVP went to quarterback Patrick Mahomes, while the Super Bowl Bully Award went to 34-year-old Travis Kelce for shoving 65-year-old head coach Andy Reid. Oh, that Taylor's a lucky enabler. Usher's Super Bowl halftime performance went down as the sweatiest Super Bowl halftime show in history. Longtime political pundit and world-famous Cajun James Carville says President Biden skipping the Super Bowl interview during an election year is a sign the Democratic Party doesn't have confidence in the president. And Carville's appearance is a sign he's taking over the role of the Crypt Keeper. In non-crazy old man and non-Super Bowl news, Saturday, Hungarian President Katalin Novak resigned as a result of criticism she received for pardoning a man convicted of underage sex crimes. You see, in Hungary, political figures resign when they associate with pedophiles, while here they lead the Republican nominees for president. A former daycare director who fed children melatonin received 6 months in jail, which is harsh for someone who was just preparing these children for their inevitable, depressing adulthood. A U.S. Customs and Border Protection dog discovered 4 mummified monkeys in luggage at Boston's Logan International Airport. Buddy, with an E, the canine officer who discovered the monkeys, said, I found this monkey business because I'm not monkeying around. All this monkey see, monkey do shit is nonsense. Roof! We couldn't agree more, buddy. We couldn't agree more. Apple has announced that their new Vision Pro goggles will not be offering VR porn. Unfortunately, Apple doesn't realize that men will try to have sex with anything, even virtual reality dinosaurs. Note to self, don't buy Apple's new Vision Pro goggles. A New York politician introduced legislation that would create human milk banks to feed babies by storing milk in freezers. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo said he's against the milk freezers because he prefers his fresh squeezed. Hey, while you're watching our closing night live stream of Sketchworks Wrapped, the best of 2023, link in the description below, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that YouTube stuff that feeds the algorithm. We're looking to get to 1,600 subscribers before our next all-new live show opens May 10th. Snoop Dogg and Master P are suing Walmart for allegedly hiding their cereal brand from shoppers in an attempt to sabotage it. In reality, customers just can't fit the cereal in their bowls. Disney is re-releasing Star Wars Episode I: The Phantom Menace in theaters on May 3rd to celebrate its 25th anniversary. Is celebrate really the right word for that movie? Police in the UK were called to respond to a knife-wielding man in a hotel in Leicestershire who turned out to be carrying a wand. Sources say Voldemort was unavailable for comment, but he did leave a 2-star review on the hotel's TripAdvisor page. The actress who plays Belle in Disney on Ice is said to be recovering after a horrific fall during a performance of Beauty and the Beast on ice. Why she fell is unknown, though most believe it was caused by that French whore of a duster. Winston Churchill's dentures snagged over $22,000 at auction. And they fit great, said the buyer. In order to revive its stock price, 23andMe announced they will split the company in half. One half will resemble the company you're familiar with, and the other half will resemble the milkman. A construction crew near Brooksville, Florida, unearthed an inert World War II-era bomb. Inert because the bomb was actually filled with 10 keys of cocaine, because Florida. Traveling all the way across the country, the Alaska Department of Health announced the first death from Alaska pox, a virus that potentially could spread throughout North America. Scientists say the first case of Alaska pox was discovered in the lower 48 states when Sarah Palin ran for vice president, and then continued to spread when she ran for Senate 2 years ago. Medical experts warn the first symptom of Alaska pox is seeing Russia from your house. A woman shot and wounded 2 people at celebrity pastor Joel Osteen's megachurch in Texas before police shot and killed her. Thoughts and prayers, unfortunately, did not prevent the violence. However, Osteen says that if you donate at least $1,000 to his church, that should do it. Scientists have discovered that by using cancer cells, it will help annihilate cancer. Which makes total sense because when your house is on fire, you just need to add more fire for it to go out. Axe Body Spray announced a new line of fragrances that the company hopes will move the brand beyond teenage boys' locker rooms. Meanwhile, the teenage boys hope to move beyond their chronic boners. That's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxel, and speaking of chronic boners, say hi to your mom for me.
Your Majesty, over to you. Mr.
Switch sides.
Sorry. Mr. President,